This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
My name is Emily Frankel, and I'm doing my post today for my blog. My blog is called M's Talkery, and I'm doing a live post, a video post. Why? Because when I was browsing, I came across an interesting site. It was called Chat Roulette. Chat Roulette? That's gambling. I gambled. I read on. It was a mention of it by a site called Tech Buzz. And Tech Buzz said, this is a very interesting site. You can meet up and socialize and do networking with very interesting people that you meet at random. Some of them are depraved. That concerned me. I thought, I went to the site itself, clicked, it said click, and a webcam will capture you right where you are, and it will also pick at random one of our other enrollees, and you will have a good chat with them. It made me a little bit nervous. Who are they? What are they? What are they doing? So I did a little YouTube investigation. I went on YouTube and looked up Chat Roulette, and there were many choices, and I started looking at the choices, and oh my goodness, it looked like half-grown-up adolescents sort of mumbling, having banal, stupefying, really dumb, semi-mumbled conversation about what? Sex? It wasn't even about sex. It wasn't even porn networking. It didn't seem like it was something I wanted to do. So I went to my dictionary when I'm not sure what I'm doing and when I'm thinking about what is social networking. I looked it up, the dictionary. It's an Oxford dictionary. It said networking has to do with horizontal and vertical lines. It has to do with things like roads, railroads, broadcasting stations, computer networking. I understood computer networking. I used my computer sometimes for getting information and for making contacts. So I thought, well, go ahead with your computer networking. I remembered when we lived in Malibu, friend of mine, who was actually a former tenant, had become a writer. He was once a wonderful painter, and he was now writing a novel. And he contacted me because he'd read someplace about me writing a novel. So he started saying, Em, you've got to join my writers group. I have a writers group that's going to love you, that's going to give you support, you're going to read your things out loud to people and get opinions. Opinions? I'm going to love that. I do not love opinions. I feel about opinions and comments from other writers as I feel about reviews from critics. I'm from showbiz, and I know that when you get a panning or a rave, it stays with you, it sticks in your mind forever. You're constantly quoting it to yourself. I don't want that. That's poison. I need to be me. I need to write about what I feel like writing about bravely, not trying to think about what other people are writing about and will this be a bestseller and will I make a lot of money? No. I need to be brave and be myself. So maybe this social networking, which I'm uncomfortable with, helps people because they love their most precious possession, the phone. The phone, all those apps, all those wonderful things you can do with the phone. So, what are the wonderful things you can do with the phone? I'm thinking about the wonderful things I do with my computer. Certainly, I keep my computer immaculate and up to date and download, and I do all the things you do to keep your computer running perfectly. Just like I used to do when I was a dancer. I'd keep my studio floor absolutely perfect. Make sure that I mopped it, that I didn't have spots on it that were slippery, that the sound machine that played my music, the music that I used for taking a bar, would be in perfect condition. So maybe the people who love their phones are just keeping life in themselves with their phones. Wait a minute, I'm thinking. Maybe they're just trying to avoid asking real questions like, who am I? Where am I going? Where am I heading? What am I doing with my life? So I don't want to keep supporting social networking. I'm thinking social networking is not necessarily very good. Maybe if you want to social network, you need to be networking with humans. Social means human. So get out, put your phone away, go outside, talk to anybody you bump into. Hey, find a kid, read to a kid, play with a kid. What I feel is social networking is dealing with voices in space. Don't deal with voices in space. Deal with humans. That's my post, my video post for today. This is Emily Frankel for AIR Broadcasting. I'll see you next week with my husband, John Cullum. Thanks for watching.
This is AI.R. See you next week.